You have a song, Parker? Sweet. Good to hear.
Oh, it's just about we're here. Huh?
Questioning you. Oh, Jesse, the man, that's crazy. I can't believe. Is that all right? Okay.
I was
Oh.
wondering about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Couldn't look you in the eyes. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry.
Drew, can you please try to open this?
You want me to open this for you?
Ever since I was a
It
young
says
boy,
list
I
of
played the
lines.
silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all.
Jesse, do you have a lighter
I
on you
ain't
or
seen
anything?
nothing like him in any amusement hall.
Yeah, that's right. You guys serve beer.
The deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He stands like a statue, becomes part of the machine, feeling all the bumpers, always playing clean. He plays by intuition. I never seen him fall. The deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He ain't got no distractions, don't hear no buzzes and bells, don't see no lights a flashing. He plays by sense of smell. He always gets a replay. The digit counters fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He's a pinball wizard, he has to be a twist. A pinball wizard, he's got such a supple wrist. He's a pinball wizard, his score shoots even more. He's a pinball wizard, the world's new pinball lord.
You're an idiot. Oh, Jesse, we're on. Is it on Facebook already? I'll post it. Shit. Forgot to do that.
Windmill, windmill, fatherland. Is everybody
If you're
in?
horny, let's do it. Pony by Genuine. Oh, buddy, I got plenty of those. Are you on drugs? We should eulogize him. I wish I would have known that during the podcast. Have you ever seen these? I think that's the whole fun of it.
No, like I like how it sounds. I think it flows well. It's just so like corny.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Are we on? I can't, Jesse, I have no snare in my headphones. Could you turn up the snare? Oh, hey everybody. My name is Drew Absher,
And I'm Parker Newman.
and we're recording this podcast from a bunker. This is Parker's first time ever being on a podcast. He has food in his mouth.
Yes, I thought that protein bars were easier to chew. They are not.
No, yeah, they are basically like eating well put together sandbars.
Yes.
And
And I just found out that just because it says twist of lime does not mean it's a twist off.
yeah, we found that out the hard way.
It should have said bottle opener. Of
I know what you're
lime.
thinking. Why are these weirdos talking to us? And the reason is we do a podcast called Fill My Heart, which you're about to enjoy, hopefully. Parker, why don't you explain the podcast?
So basically what we do is that we watch Dr. Phil clips and make fun of them. Before that, we just, talk about whatever's been happening to us or anything in particular that amuses us that day. Today, there's a
Nope,
pretty...
don't.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Don't you dare.
I'm just going to say
Okay.
there's a pretty crazy news story, so we
Yep.
might cover that.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. 4 o'clock on Saturday. We got some fun breaking news in. So, not fun. Fun.
It's fun.
Fun. Anyway, the
Summer's
reason
officially-
we're talking to you right now is because we do we use a little bit of crass humor. We get colorful with our language, if you will, and so we just don't want you to have any kids in the room
Yeah.
or whatever. We're gonna say stuff like dick.
We're
Your turn. Say one.
Totally. Dick.
No, you can say a different one. You
Oh.
don't have to say the same one I said.
I don't know anymore.
You don't.
I
You just know only words I say, huh?
I'm
Parker's
a
like a
fo-
robot that's like on the computer that's learning words that I teach it.
I'm a
Um,
follower. What can
yeah.
I say?
So we hope you enjoy the podcast. And if you do, you can subscribe to our Patreon. That is patreon.com, Fill My Heart. where we do just like this, where we just, BS with each other, chit chat, shoot the S, if you will. And yeah, let's get into it. Give it a second.
There's fire in her eyes in the altercation. She blames her poverty on her parents' generation. She says they snipped her out the nose. Now they wanna.
Hey everybody, welcome into Fill My Heart. My name is Drew Absher.
And I'm Parker Newman.
And this is something that I've noticed, but I guess I've just never noticed to the point where I say something. Is every time Parker picks the music, he always looks at me like, what do you think? It's fine. Yeah.
Very true.
I mean, that was slow, but not
Yeah,
bad.
it was, but a bit. It's fun because when I was thinking of doing it earlier, I was thinking of the live version, which is a little faster, but still, it's a great song. And it's Jamie T, fucking The Prophet. Yeah.
It's not called fucking the Prophet.
No, it's fucking The Prophet.
Yeah, that would get him in a lot of trouble with the Middle East.
Charlie
If he had a
Hebdo Part 2.
Yeah, he had a song called "Fucking the Prophet."
Fucking the.
It's
Yeah.
the cover art is really the offensive. Welcome to Fill My Heart, everybody. Hopefully you're watching live on Stab's YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook page. If not, and you're listening at home, thanks for listening. My name's we already did that. My name's Drew Absher. That's Parker Newman. We had some breaking news. So we just did a Patreon episode. You can get that at patreon.com/FillMyHeartPod. Not Fill My Heart Pod, just Fill My Heart. And during it, afterwards, we went and grabbed some protein bars. And then we just walked back down here, and we came to the breaking news that Kim Jong-un, the esteemed leader of North Korea and noted haircut expert, has passed away.
Yes.
They're reporting that he died of a mishap during a heart surgery.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 'cause,
Crazy.
TMZ broke it first, I think, but
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like Britney Spears' vagina, then Kim Jong-un dying. Like
Wait,
they're
no,
on
I
it.
don't know if TMZ had it first. Let me see. I mean, it's trending all over Twitter right now.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah,
That
it's
sucks.
crazy, man.
I was really hoping he was
Oh,
going
yeah,
to
TMZ does have it first. You're right, Parker.
Yeah, I was really hoping that he's going to form a K-pop group, but I guess
Yeah.
not anymore.
Yeah. Well, dude, the reason I brought, I think it's funny to talk about is, do you know about, North Korea's, misinformation they tell their country about, how great their leaders are?
I've heard some things.
Dude, amazing. It
Like he
is the
does-
only good argument for isolationism and propaganda because it's really funny.
I know one is that he doesn't poop.
That was
right?
his pops. That was Kim Jong Il.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that's only girls who don't poop.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, and me after I eat way too much Mexican food.
Really?
Yeah, I
have
get
the
very
opposite.
constipated after Mexican.
I've been
food.
very constipated lately.
Good, man.
It's weird having it the other direction.
Yeah. So apparently, Kim Jong Un is unlike your poops in that it has passed. All right, one of them. This is a list I found on Sunshine Coast Daily, which is an esteemed newspaper.
That sounds like a surfboard magazine.
Well, it's from Australia, so
Oh,
who
okay.
fucking knows?
Crikey.
Crikey.
Breaking news.
We've got newspapers down here. Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, claimed he invented the hamburger, calling it double bread with meat. Speaking of food, the older Kim was also fond of claiming sawdust was full of nutrients, encouraging his citizens to chow down on the building byproduct in their regular times of famine.
Other countries don't have food.
Yeah, here you go. Kim's official biography stated he never needed to use the toilet because his body was so well calibrated he didn't urinate or defecate.
Wow.
Magical beginnings. According to his official biography, Kim Jong-il's birth atop a sacred mountain saw a new star created and winter turned to spring. However, records kept by the country's Soviet allies show he was born in a Siberian village in 1941.
Wait, he was born in Siberia?
Yeah, dude, because they don't, because they're, world leaders, they can't just be born in some of these shitty hospitals they force their fucking people to be born
Oh,
in.
that's a good point.
Yeah. Everyone loves us despite having one of the world's worst international reputation. North Koreans are told their leaders are beloved around the world and that each country celebrates their birthdays.
Whoa, that's
Yeah, they're the only people with access to the internet in North Korea are government officials, and the state tells its citizens it's a notion invented by the West, that it's made up.
man. Is this North Korea or America? Am I right?
For decades, North Koreans believed the Japanese stole time from them back in their 1919 occupation.
Time? Were they in a relationship?
Kim Jong-un finally righted this injustice and set North Korea's clocks back by half an hour
So it
on August 15th, 2015.
just time zones. Like,
Who knows, dude? It's so weird. My favorite one that's not listed in this article is Kim Jong-il. There's one that, like, you know, because they, like, the world knows about the Olympics.
right.
So, like,
Sure.
people catch wind of the Olympics and they send their athletes. They just, like, boast these athletes and go, like, oh, hey, here's our athletes. And then they just ship them out of the country for, like, a month and then bring them back and tell everyone that they won all of the gold medals.
Oh, really?
That's one of them. And then Kim Jong-il, who is the father of the late, great Kim Jong-un.
I remember him.
Yeah, well, I'm just refreshing the people at home. You know, we can't, you know, we're talking about the sweet baby boy who died today, Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
Good man. I mean, he only killed most of his people. That's not that big of a deal.
He died 20 years after his hair.
But yeah, they told the people that Kim Jong-il only bowled one time and rolled a perfect 300 his first time.
I have heard that.
And that he played golf one
Not
time.
impressive.
That's
Like,
extremely impressive.
it
Are
is
you kidding?
It is like on a date, but I don't know.
I mean, dude, anyone who can bowl a 300's got my respect. My Uncle Dave almost bowled a 300 one time. But he lost my respect for almost doing it. Like, just kill yourself if you can't get it all the way done, you know? No, I'm joking.
My uncle actually did do that though, but my
What,
uncle
killed himself?
Kim Jong-un.
No, but so he bowled a 300 and he played golf one time and never played again because it was too easy.
Yeah.
And he scored a perfect, or he scored like a 25 with 11 hole-in-ones.
Wow, that I don't know if that's good.
It's impossible.
Oh, okay.
Like Tiger Woods' best round of golf on 18 holes is like a 62.
Oh, okay.
And they said that he shot a 25.
Oh, damn, he should have had sex with more people that were Swedish.
Oh, you're making a Tiger Woods
Yeah.
joke now. I thought you meant that he should have procreated.
No.
I was like, what?
We need a new leader. I'm loyal to North Korea.
Yeah, but anyway, so Kim Jong-un dead at the tender age of, I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to really know his full age. Let's see if there's
Of 875. Huh. We shouldn't have opened NorthKoreaNews.net.
Oh, 6 hours ago, the New York Post says North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un rumored to be dead, brain dead, or just fine. But we have no idea. This is weird. So,
Well, that's 6 hours ago.
yeah. Japanese media is saying he's in a vegetative state.
Oh, man.
Which maybe if he would have just ate more sawdust, wouldn't have happened to him.
Yeah, it looks like he should have ate more vegetative steak.
Dude, I was joking, but literally his Wikipedia says he was either born in 83 or 84.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
his birthday must be real confusing.
Yeah.
Don't know how many candles.
Buddy, what is happening right now? Are you okay? Are you having mild strokes every couple minutes?
I'm feeling sorry for my friend who died.
You should get if we get to 200 Patreon, I will get my haircut exactly like Kim Jong-un. I'll say that on record. Anyway, we should talk about our week. How was your week, dude?
It's cool. Moved into a new place.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. Really happy with it. There's a Trader Joe's like pretty close to my house. So
Wait, which Trader Joe's? What street is it on?
this is a trick.
It's not.
It's a trick.
Is it the one I work at, or
Just because I'm a North Korean spy, you're trying
yeah?
to locate
Parker's
my
really
coordinates.
broken up about it all.
But yeah, so
No, which one is it? I'm curious.
it's the one. It's on like I want to say Marconi.
Marconi.
Yeah,
Marconi. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It not very weird. There's a fucking Trader Joe's there. Very out of place.
It's a very popular one.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
The Trader Joe's is good, but it's kind of, it's kind of like
Is it because it's a bad part of town?
yeah. Well, it must be like the U.S. embassy in like Iraq or something. Like, this is the only place I feel safe. Right.
That's funny. Yeah. So anyway, Trader Joe's.
Yeah, and so I went there, and it was just like, there's this lady, right? She's on the phone. Like, I look over, like, we're, not too, like, 6 feet apart, we're away from each other, like, both looking at vegetables. And so I'm like, oh, there's a Kim Jong-un. No. And so I suck for that.
No, I liked it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
And so, this lady, she's talking on the phone without a mask. I look over, I'm like, I don't know, might not want to do that. Like, you're spitting on vegetables. Where? But then again, maybe she wasn't thinking, like she just got the call, like,
Yeah.
undid, like, didn't have a mask. Then I looked again. She had a mask on. It was dangling from one ear. So this lady literally took her mask off just to talk on the phone.
I kind of get it, dude. I'm sick of the masks.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this on our walk back from the convenience store.
But here's the thing, though. The mask, it wasn't like the round ones that go out. It's like the slim ones that are just like a cloth over your face.
Dude, those are worse.
Really?
Yeah, because you breathe in the mask. That's why I hate mine. It's
Yeah.
because, like, you go to breathe in through your mouth, and you...
Oh, okay.
That was a visual for the people at home. For the people listening, I just sucked my hand like I was trying to teach myself to make out. I didn't need to do that. I'm like, dude, I'm totally healthy. That's why I'm not wearing mask. Watch me put my mouth on my hand. What a fucking idiot I am. But yeah, dude, no, I get it. Like, I've stopped wearing mine at work.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They let you do that?
I mean, it's not mandatory. State's not making it mandatory, so.
Yeah.
And I'm like clean as shit, I mouthwash. I floss. Why do people care?
I mouthwash after I make out with my hand.
Yeah.
And after my hand
Yeah.
makes out with my butt.
Well, yeah. Well, I clean all the. We're such a clean store, dude. Like, we clean all the poles and the card readers. I use my tongue to do the card readers. No, yeah, but dude, it's hard to work in it.
Yeah.
You get winded
It
because you're like,
sucks.
it literally limits your breath that you're taking in. So I'm like trying to talk to customers, and I'm like getting winded just by having a simple conversation, dude. It sucks. Like, it's really not fun.
It's really just like distracting too. Like, I can't really. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why? But I can't. It's harder to have a conversation in it. Just because
No,
there's something like right in front
It
of
makes
your
total
face.
sense, man. Like, there's an element to conversation that is seeing people's mouth moving.
Mhm.
And dude, the funny thing is people don't understand that you can't hear them anymore.
Right.
So like they'll be at the register like talking and they'll just
Yeah.
and you're like, I can't understand, because now they're talking through a mask and plexiglass. We put plexiglass up. So it's
Right.
like, the fuck do you expect me to hear you?
Yeah. Everyone's like Kenny from.
Yeah,
South Park.
that's exactly it. And I'll go, yeah, I know, that's crazy. That's what I do. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, I know. It's crazy. Anyway,
And
like, that's all.
yeah, it's fine because they like wipe down the carts and stuff. I was the first person in line to get in, and they handed me a cart, and I was like, my hands were like soaked in like
Yeah.
disinfectant.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I feel bad when I do that. Like, when I'm wiping cards down, I'm just like soaking the handle, and I'm like,
Yeah.
here you go, get in there. Their hands are all burning because we're using fucking battery acid to clean, basically. Anyway, man. Yeah, dude, I'm happy. So you had a good first week in the new crib?
Yes.
I think that's what the kids say. Do the kids still say crib? I don't know. Write it in the comments. Do the
I
kids say
don't-
crib?
I don't know what kids say, which is good.
Yeah. It's because you
would
don't
be
let your victims
concerning.
talk. Yeah, but you had a good first week?
Yeah, it was. I love the place I'm in. Just living at my aunt and uncle's place, but they have a almost. It's called a step
It's a mother-in-law's
or
quarter.
mother-in-law. I don't
It's
know
not
why
a
I said-
stepmother's quarter. That's really mean. Mom, you go live. You're not my mom, Karen. Get in the house.
I almost said stepsisters though. Like that just sounds like a fuck room.
yeah.
Like, nowadays.
Yeah, she's just stuck under the bed. Yeah, dude, good for you, man. I'm happy for you. Do you feel more like a more like solidified member of society?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Very
what
much.
that was like my biggest like takeaway from moving out of my parents' house was like you feel way more like involved in the world, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, just getting my sleep back on track. I got up at 8:30 today,
Yeah,
which
good
is
stuff.
insane because I used to go to bed at that time.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
So yeah.
Happy for you, man.
What about you though? What's been going on with Drew?
Not much, man. Just kind of still chugging along. You know, we kind of are getting sports back gradually.
Oh really?
In a very not like UFC is supposed to take place on May 9th.
Really?
Yep, and but like today, yesterday, and Thursday, the NFL draft was happening. So like that gave you a little bit to watch, and there's a new documentary about Michael Jordan and the '97 Bulls on ESPN. So it's like 10 episodes, and they're playing 2 episodes a night for 5 weeks
Oh,
on
cool.
every Sunday. So like I'm like starting to feel like that little bit of normalcy. But dude, the draft has been really funny. It's been kind of memed on the internet, so I'm like not taking credit for pointing this out, but dude, like for some reason, like every single time someone gets drafted, ESPN just tells you the saddest thing that's ever happened to them.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude, but like for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be like some dude in the 5th round, like just a nobody player drafted out of fucking bumfuck university, and they're like, when he was 8 years old, he watched his grandfather kill himself, and you're like, why do I need to know this? Is he a good football player or not? And they just like everything, like even the number 1 pick, like a little gnat flying over you, like a little African kid.
I
Parker-
haven't lost that much weight.
Subscribe to our Patreon or Parker dies. Yeah, but they like even the number 1 pick is just like a white dude from Ohio,
Oh.
and he got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, so he's like in Ohio now.
Yeah.
And they were like, Joe Burrow says that his number 1 thing that he's worried about is making sure the people of Ohio feel represented. And then he had like a shirt with the area code he's from. And it's like you're just trying to give this guy like a Rocky fucking montage. It's so weird. It's like no one gives a shit. Like, but like people are like, you know, it's like this dude gets drafted and they're like, his sister was dying from cancer and then he donated bone marrow. And it's like, what
Jeez.
the fuck? I mean, it's impressive because like he missed some football because of it, but like why not just be like, yeah, he missed some games with doing a medical procedure, but like
Man.
it's so weird, man.
What a quitter. He missed some games.
Yeah.
No days off.
Yeah, no, I know, dude. There's so many like the basketball player Paul Pierce. Do you know who that is?
That sounds familiar.
He played for the Boston Celtics.
I was actually going to say that. I swear to God.
Well, I believe you. He's a very popular
With
basketball
Kevin
player.
Garnett.
He did play with Kevin Garnett and
Shaquille O'Neal.
I mean, I think there was some overlap when Shaq was there for a year, but I was going for Ray Allen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ray
I don't know
Allen.
who that is.
Ray Allen. But thanks for playing, buddy. Jim,
You know
tell him
what?
what he's
I
going to be
had
leaving
fun.
with.
I just wanted to be on TV.
Oh, you did a great job. It's a
Thank
tough
you.
game. It's a tough game.
Thank you. So the sexual assault allegations, how do you...
No, but yeah, he like got stabbed 11 times in a nightclub and then played the next season.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he punctured a lung. It's crazy.
Why do you get stabbed 11 times?
Based on his account, like no reason.
Really?
Like, yeah, he was like flirting with some girls and then like their cousins came up and just stabbed him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, in a fucking nightclub in Boston.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
That, I mean, as a, nightclub in Boston, it could just been a hate crime.
I mean, it's very possible it was a
Yeah.
hate crime, but also like it's very funny that like someone has to like.
I don't mean to say, it could have just been. Like, it's nothing.
But dude,
Like,
Paul Pierce is like 6'6"
Damn.
and like a pro athlete. Like
Mhm.
the only way you can fight that guy is to stab him 11 times. Like
True.
you can't put hands on that guy. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna fucking beat your ass.
Yeah.
You know, just a
You
normal guy.
Can't cross him either.
No.
He's got great
No,
defense.
he's a good defender, yeah. And he's gonna hit you with a nasty step back and hit a game winner in your face. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna look like a fool in this bar.
Yeah.
You stab him. That's how you stop him.
Man. That'd be. I would like to think. It's like I was flirting with these girls. I'd like to think he was just like, "Oh my God, so you're a phlebotomist?"
Yeah. He's like, really? You're an Aquarius? I would have never. Oh, Jesus Christ, my kidneys.
He's just like, I would have just like. See, I have 2 cats, but I don't know about the whole outdoor indoor.
Here's a funny Paul Pierce clip. Have you ever seen when Paul Pierce got injured during a game?
I don't think so.
Let's see here. This is crazy, man. Watch this.
He's like,
Jesse, are we on the? No. All right. Yeah, this is some dude just posted this. Basically, like Paul Pierce is down with an injury, and then they're taking him to the locker room in a wheelchair.
what if like 5 guys just came up and stabbed him 11
Dude,
times?
look at. He comes out of the locker room, ready to play. This is the NBA Finals, 2008. Best part about this, all of that was because Paul Pierce had to take a shit.
Really?
Yes, he's admitted that like the only reason he went to the locker room is because he had to take a shit.
That's fucking amazing.
Isn't that amazing to fake an injury like where they take you out in a wheelchair just because you were afraid you were going to shit your pants? Isn't that fucking amazing? Yeah. Don't you just gain so much more respect for him?
Yes, I love him.
Yeah. See, like here, like this video is called "Mysterious Paul Pierce Injury: Poop Wheelchair." What actually happened? Yeah, dude, one of my favorite basketball stories ever.
What sucks worse for him is that whenever, or for me at least, whenever I need to like take a shit, sitting down makes it worse.
Oh yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
with one leg up, that's definitely I gotta take a poop.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna shit your pants if you put one leg up while you're sitting down.
100%.
Yeah, dude, you're not getting a tight squeeze on your bunghole.
Not at all.
Anyway,
What's the closest you've come to shitting your pants, or have you shit your pants?
I've never shit my pants. One time in the 8th grade though, we went on like a camping trip as a class, and there was no bathrooms. It was like
Yeah.
a full week with no bathrooms, and I don't like to poop in public. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah. Drew really does have a thing about.
yeah,
pooping
no, I won't do that.
in bathrooms, of course. Like
Yeah.
on the cross.
But especially in the woods, dude. I'm not taking a shit in the middle of the woods.
yeah.
Like, that's very uncomfortable. Like, that is the worst way to take a shit. Like, to me, taking a shit is a comfort.
Yeah, true.
It is a beautiful moment where you kiss your food goodbye, figuratively, not literally. You say goodbye to whatever was in your body.
You kiss it goodbye, and then you work your shift at Trader Joe's.
But yeah, so like I had to shit in the woods, and it was the day we were leaving, and it was like a 3-mile hike back to the cars.
Oh, fuck.
And so like morning of, like everyone's packing up the campground, and I haven't shit in 6 days. Not
Oh
because I couldn't, because I wouldn't. So I'm like, okay, I gotta fucking go. Like I have to take this shit. And so I go into the middle of the woods, and or I'm like, hey, where's the potty kit? And he's like, do you have to pee or poop? And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking tell the camp dude that I have to pee or that I have to poop. So I'm like, I just gotta poop. Or I gotta pee. I was like, I just gotta pee because you still wanted you to dig your hole or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so just so you know, we're out of toilet paper. And I'm like, oh no, we're out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
I'm about to have 6 days of camp shits.
Oh
And
my
so, dude,
God.
I go and shit, and like my ass must have just been covered in like just poop, because I put my pants on and literally smelled like shit for a 3-mile hike.
Oh my God.
Dude, like people, like I just told people, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I think I stepped in shit somewhere. Like I just walked behind everybody for the
Holy
entire hike.
fuck,
Yeah, and then got in my parents' car, and they were like, "What the fuck?" Like we had to drive hella far back down to Sacramento. This was up in like Auburn.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it's, for people who don't know, it's like a 45, 50-minute drive.
Yeah, but I mean, feels longer when you're
when
there
you're-
shitting
and
in your parents.
My parents weren't the ones who drove me there. So I was just in some other person's car smelling like shit.
Oh my God.
So I never shit my pants, but I did like
That's
have that happen.
pretty bad.
Yeah,
You
but
got
it-
shit in your pants.
It wasn't a lack of control. It was actually a result of having too much control of
Too
my
much.
bowels.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I just did that all the time. Like I didn't shit at Sly Park the entire time.
Sly Park?
Yeah, it was like a 5-day cabin trip that you take in
Oh.
6th grade.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Not to brag, man, but I've got my butthole is tight. It's like Fort Knox back there.
All right. Tell the listeners where you live.
You want to get into some clips?
Yeah, let's do
Should we
it.
do it? Yeah, let's do it. All right. Today's episode, I believe, dude, it's funny. Dr. Phil's clearly giving up during the quarantine. Because
He
even the
really is.
IMDb's don't have descriptions of the episode anymore. Like this one is called Teen Rebellion.
Holy shit.
Season 18, episode 140, and the IMDb, the plot is know what this is about? Question mark. Be the first one to add a plot, and it's like that for a lot of them. But basically, yeah, this is Dr. Phil has abandoned the let's talk about quarantine model and is now just doing his show remotely, which
Yeah,
is funny
thank
though.
God.
If you like were scheduled to be on Dr. Phil. And they're like, yeah, we're going to fly you out to L.A., expenses paid. We're going to pay for your hotel and flight.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, so actually, we're just going to do it over Zoom. You'd be like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. We're just gonna talk. I don't
Yeah.
like it's
I'm
not-
going to scold you and your daughter from 3,000 miles away. All right, let's watch the first clip. Mom says 14-year-old throws temper tantrums, hits head against wall, is, quote, very, very
Jesus.
dramatic.
Where what happens when you tell Taylor stay home, it's not safe out there?
She just says no. Just flat out no.
Okay, now
She says that the CDC is lying to us.
She says, Mom, this is actually about 5G network. And no, see, what's happening is it's weakening your immune system. And if you just do the research, you'll find that out.
you're the stepdad and you've been involved here how many years?
Since the beginning of last January.
Okay.
Okay, so
So not even enough to really be on this. Could you leave? Okay, so, dude, the stepdad, has, a tattoo on his hand or something?
Is that I thought?
What
he
is
had a
it?
ring or
No,
two.
dude, look at it's on this finger, too.
That's very weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like some skin disorder or something. But he's also got the worst watch I've ever seen.
Oh god.
And a real piece of shit hoodie on. So maybe he's just a douchebag.
you're pretty new to this. She was
Correct.
12 when you got involved. So I just want to say up front, it makes it very, very difficult for you to be a disciplinarian here because
It does.
once they get to 5 or 6 years old, you're not dad, you're mother's husband. And that makes it very difficult for you to be the primary disciplinarian here. What you can do is support Gina in what she's
Okay, the mom's name is Jita.
Gita? Not Gina?
What did he say? But also look at the mom's face. She's looking like someone made a mistake. Here, let's hear it again.
disciplinarian here. What you can do is support Gina in what
Gina,
she's
you're right.
doing.
It's Gina.
Right.
But it's hard for you
She
to be
did.
the
Yeah, he did look on the screen though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Right.
primary. So let's just get that out on the table right in the beginning.
100%.
Okay. Now, Gina, you say she
It's
did
He looked-
Gina. It's short for vagina.
It's like vagina. He also looked at the screen again when he said her name. Watch.
100%.
Okay. Now, Gina,
Dr. Phil just can't remember anyone's name.
you say
He's all, welcome into the Dr. Phil show. I'm Dr. Phil.
It's like I was telling my wife, Robin.
Robin. This is on the Oprah Winfrey Network. I hope I'm getting that right.
she just says no. When I hear that, that doesn't fit in my ear very well because that's just not an option. I mean, I don't understand how a 14-year-old child is determining what's done and what's not done. How did she get control of this situation?
Maybe I'm not as strict as I should be. I mean, the other night when we were on the phone and she was out seeing her boyfriend, I said, you need to come home now. And she just said no. So, I mean, I've called the police several times.
What? Hopefully for not just that.
Yeah.
Hey, come home. No. All right, well, I'm calling the cops.
and they go find her and bring her home, but there's nothing that they really end up doing. So I tried punishing her.
I'm like, beat her with your nightstick. Do it.
I put her on restriction. She gets very belligerent and throws temper tantrums, and she hits doors and kicks holes in the wall and throws herself down and hits her head against the wall and threatens to cut herself or hang herself in the bathroom. She's very, very dramatic. And sometimes I think I try and control that because it starts to control us.
I was looking at the pictures that you were kind enough to share with us, and
She kind of hot.
it looks like two different girls between the age of 12 and 14. It looks like she went from a pretty mainstream child to someone that's more rebellious on the edge.
Right.
Absolutely.
Two different girls. What happened in between other than the introduction of Desi?
Well,
Desi is the stepdad who just has the look of like youth pastor.
Yeah.
I think her father leaving had a lot to do with it. And
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why we needed to. That could have been at the top.
I think that's really difficult for her, and I don't think she knows how to express it.
We're in a COVID-19.
You know what I'd like to do when I'm upset? I bash my head against the wall.
You know, one thing that really helps me when Robin won't let me do something is I threaten to kill myself.
I say,
Have you ever tried when she threatens to kill herself? Now, hear me out here. Have you ever thought about threatening to kill yourself? Just really try to outdo her.
Have you
She
ever-
says she's going to cut you herself. You tell her you're going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge and just see who comes up with the best idea, really.
say, I'm going to write, this is your fault in my own blood.
Yeah. Next time she says she's going to hang herself in the bathroom, you say, not if I do it first, and then run and lock
Then run to
yourself
the
in the bathroom. Nothing's going to teach her better than scaring the shit out of her. Dr. Phil.
International pandemic right now. So what happens with your parenting this child? Stakes are higher, right? I mean, this would be a pretty high stakes game anyway, because you're concerned about her decision making, her high risk behavior.
Okay, badass picture of her smoking a cigarette. Hard to be mad at that.
You're putting herself in harm's way, those things. But now this is all being done within the frame of this pandemic, where if she goes out when she's not supposed to, A, she's violating the stay-at-home order, B, she's putting herself in a situation where she could be exposed to what is potentially a very deadly virus. See, she could get
I mean, you know, more people die from smoking every year, but whatever.
I mean, it's kind of a dangerous virus if you're believing what the mainstream media is telling you. I mean, I got my own opinions. I mean, do you guys have a swimming pool? I mean,
if she goes out the house, she doesn't need a mask. She needs flip floaters. She needs water wings and a snorkel.
exposed and become a carrier, and then expose the two of you who are in a higher risk age group than she can be around others, parents, store clerks, restaurant workers, put them at risk. So there's more going on here than just her.
Absolutely. I don't think she really understands the capacity that she could bring something home, and I don't really think she cares.
That's about money. Yeah, she doesn't care. She just
hey, Desi, I thought I told you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Next time you chime
Desi.
in, I'm going to put your fucking head in the oven.
wants to do what she wants to do when she wants to do it.
Yeah, well, that's pretty common to teens, but the stakes
Right.
are higher here.
Yeah, man, I can't get over what's on that guy's fingers.
Yeah, it's very distracting.
Yeah.
It's like he
it's-
wide-outed a tattoo.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's see if this girl threatens to kill herself in this video.
You say
I've never handled no very well, says 14-year-old.
that what you're doing is
She looks like Angelica from the Rugrats.
Yeah, I totally see that.
She looks a lot like her.
Just normal, and they need to lighten up, right?
Yeah.
So tell me what you mean by that.
I mean, like, a lot of the kids that I know, or a lot of, like, the teenagers that I, like, am around, do, like, the same things that I do.
Dude, you know what's a tight punishment? Is just remove your kid's braces.
Yeah.
You want to be a bitch? We're getting your braces taken off. How about that?
Oh, God. Does that hurt?
It doesn't, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't feel great, but I would just do it to be like, okay, you're going to have fucked up teeth forever. How about that? How about that? How about I take off your braces?
Man, you would have thought that I did something fucked up as a kid.
Me too, dude. Me too.
But, like, don't
She
get
has
as...
a Snapchat thing that says stoner life.
Stoner life, but she's smoking something blue. Like, it's hard to tell what that is that she's smoking.
much like punishment or aren't as like controlled by their parents.
Well, the question that you had for me was, how can I get my parents to
Get me more razor blades so I can threaten to kill myself.
trust and believe that I'm actually trying to do better and will do better, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, what do you think I mean when I say the term emotional integrity?
What the? She's all. Is this the fucking SATs? Who is this guy?
Like being
She's like, is this a job interview? What the fuck?
She's like, Dr. Phil, I have one side of my hair dyed purple and the other side black. I don't know what that means.
like emotionally honest and like being true to like what you say and do.
Right. So if someone says, "Hey, I won't go do this anymore. I won't go do that anymore," and then a week goes by and they don't do it, they said they won't and they don't, then they build trust. But if they say they won't and then they do, then they violate trust, right?
Yeah.
And when you're told that you can't do something that you want to do, your mother says that you just completely melt down, throw a tantrum, beat your head against the wall, threaten to kill yourself, threaten to kill her, just go into all kinds of...
Dude, that's like a sick emo album cover right there.
Yeah, it's her on the floor, which is weird
And
that
like
her
a
mom
weird,
took that.
Yeah, in a weird fetal position.
Yeah, that's
But what is her arm bleeding, or is that like a? I don't know what that is.
looks like a tattoo. But don't.
Yeah.
dramatic animated behavior, true or false?
That is true. Yeah.
Okay, then how exactly does that suggest that you're mature enough to be trusted to make good decisions? You don't handle no very well.
Yeah. I've never handled like no very well. I've always like acted like that, and it's almost like become kind of a habit for me. And like it's really, really hard for me to
The Chiron says Taylor 14 admits that she goes out when she's wants despite the quarantine due to COVID-19 outbreak.
like stay calm when they like tell me no or say like yell at me or like reprimand me. I get like really upset, and it's just like I've fallen into that habit.
Right. And you recently faked having COVID-19.
What?
That's great.
To get out of an academy, right?
Yeah.
Academy?
And so
I think probably like a correctional behavior kind of place.
Oh,
does that indicate emotional integrity?
No.
I mean, so you're asking me how to get them to trust you, and I'm asking you, what do I have to work with?
This is, dude, but this is really funny to just, it's a classic teen thing where you're like, my parents don't trust me. They just like want me to like stay inside. So I like lie to them all the time.
yeah.
You're like, well, that's why they don't trust you.
Because, listen,
True.
I'm the most non-judgmental person I've ever met.
False.
How many times did you say that?
That's not true.
I want
Dude, Politico does a fact check on it. We have to read another fucking article this week of what is it? PolitiFact?
Yeah, PolitiFact Snopes.
Yeah, they're like, Dr. Phil says he's the least judgmental person. Here he is calling a bipolar person dramatic.
Yeah, I meant to say this earlier, but I thought I'd bring it up later. Is that I feel like that's a really fucking shitty thing to like tell her. Is
Yeah.
that she's being dramatic? Like, no, you should like recognize why she's feeling a certain way. You know what I mean? It comes
Yeah.
across as super talking down to,
Yeah,
as opposed to, hey, that's not acceptable, but I'm sorry you feel this way.
Yeah, well, in Phil's defense, he hasn't said it.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah,
just
it's the
saying
mom.
general.
Yeah, and for the people watching at home, yes, I'm trying to swat a gnat away. I'm not just doing some weird rain dance, I promise.
You to have all the freedom that you can, but you got to help me help you here. I'm trying to figure out what argument I can make.
He's like, "Psst, go out. It's all bullshit.
Yeah. He's all, yeah, you should never be leaving the house.
Nodding his head.
It's not fun. Don't do acid.
to your mother here when you're faking COVID-19, you're 14, and
He's all, while you're inside, now's a great time to do something that's good for you, like maybe shave your head so you don't have two different fucking colored hair.
have you done cocaine, acid, and marijuana?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only on Tuesdays.
Dude, who gives a 14-year-old cocaine?
Yeah, they're annoying enough already. You don't need to make it drug induced.
And you drink.
He's just like, he's like,
You threaten to
you
hurt
ever,
yourself.
you ever listen to this band called Grateful Dead?
You do acid. That's fucking weird. Dude, what kind of acid, like, what does a 14-year-old need to do acid for?
Yeah.
Do you need an ego death, you weirdo?
She might actually
Yeah,
need
she
that.
actually could, yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's all, now, you know one of the side effects of acid isn't your dad comes back, right?
your mother, I mean, give me something to work with here. What do you expect me to?
Dude, I can't stop seeing Angelica from the Rugrats.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like,
I'll pull up a picture in a second.
Give me an
no,
argument
it's dead on.
Yeah.
I can make.
Like the last few weeks, I've been trying like really hard, like way harder than I've been trying to like act correctly, and like.
No, you haven't. Then he headbutts the wall.
She's like, but it is really hard to behave correctly when you're on so much acid. Have you ever done acid and coke, Dr. Phil? It makes you want to bash your fucking head against the wall, dude.
Yeah, that does not sound like a good combination.
Dude, that's so funny. Her mom's like, she's being defiant. It's like, no, she's tweaking out on acid and cocaine.
She's like, yeah, our daughter won't stop asking people for milk money outside of 7-Eleven. It's like,
She's like, Dr. Phil, I mean, she does so much acid, cocaine, and marijuana. I have to give her a Xanax to help her relax.
Just make improvements in my behavior, but I still like haven't been up to like the standard that they want me to be at. And I really just like I more want to work on my relationship with my parents, and I just want like I'm ready to change, like I'm willing to change.
Well, it's a two-way street. There's changes that need to be made on both sides. This is not the Taylor show. This is not all about Taylor.
Yeah.
This is the motherfucking Dr. Phil show. Make some noise.
So trust me, you may be the squeaky wheel, but this is not all about you.
he's like, oh, don't worry, your parents are fucked up.
I'm just pulling this up for the people watching at home.
Pretty dead on.
All grown up.
Dude, that's
Right here. That's it, like almost the exact picture I was.
I don't think whoever made Rugrats was a pedophile, but definitely whoever made Rugrats
All grown up. Yeah,
'Cause he's
definite pedophile.
He's like 15. That's all grown up. Their first year in high school, they're adults.
Dude, yeah, they could be fucked, right? They got to be fucked then. He's like, first scene, episode 1, season 1, all grown up. Violent sex scene with Angelica. They're like, this is
Angelica
Nickelodeon.
gangbang.
He's all, come on, they're all grown up.
They're all grown up.
Fine, I'll take it to Adult Swim. They're like, that's not how this works. Dude, yeah, that picture looks dead on that girl with just blonde hair. All right, let's get into the next clip.
Angelica's Jewish.
How is that a thing? How do you know that?
Because
Is
well,
Pickles a traditional Jewish name?
Yeah, dude.
Tommy Picklestein.
Pickles. You lying, scheming pickles.
Stu Picklestein, his dad. You could, yeah.
No, they had Hanukkah episodes, and Tommy's Jewish, but Tommy's cousins with Angelica.
Yeah, but are they cousins by the same? Because remember, he has 2 grandpas. He's got a Jewish.
Oh.
He's got a Jewish grandpa and a non-Jewish
All right,
grandpa.
on his dad's side, he's Jewish, not on his
All
mom's
right,
side.
dude. You know what? We're googling it.
Is
Is Angelica
the first
from the Rugrats
the first result
a
is 18.
fucking Jew?
Fucking Jew.
A Jew explains what Rugrats got right about Passover. It doesn't seem like there's an article called Rugrats characters ranked by betchiness.
Betchiness?
Like betch. Like
Oh,
from
okay.
no. I just typed fucking Jew. Yeah. It does say Dee Dee's side. So, yeah, so Tommy's uncle, Angelica's father, is Stu's brother, and Dee Dee is the Jewish one. So she's not a Jew.
Wait,
To-
Dee Dee?
Yeah, Tommy's mom.
What? No, it's the.
No, look, it says right here, man. It says.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Holy shit.
Yeah, I told you, man. I can sniff one out. I know all the Jewish cartoon characters, buddy.
I actually rewatched the
Arnold's
Hanukkah
grandpa.
episode.
No. I'll just start naming random ones.
All right, is Cat Dog's uncle Mexican? Let's see.
Patrick Starr's parents. Patrick is not practicing. All right, Mr.
Came out
Krabs
weird.
definitely a Jew. All right, let's get into the next clip. I just feel like you're not my dad, says 14-year-old who admits she resents stepdad. Which,
Does he?
so far, I mean, that quote's not wrong. She
Yeah.
just, he's not her dad.
I'm going to talk to you for a minute here.
What gives you the right?
Because you're kind of objective a little bit here in that you've been around shorter.
That would be
than
funny. It's
these-
like, what gives you the right? And the guy, there's a pause, like the right to what? It's like, I'm used to having an audience. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
they usually clap for me right there before you can get a word in edgewise.
the other two and bring a fresh perspective here. You were listening to me talk to Taylor. Tell her what you think about what.
Dude, you know what I just realized? They're in the same house.
Yeah.
Like, after all of this, she has to come down for dinner. Like, so anything she
True.
says is going to be like, she's going to be like, "Phew, man, that was crazy, right? Anyway, what's for dinner, Mom?" she's like, "Desi, I hope you die in a car accident." And then an hour later, she's like, "Broccoli again? Oh, man. Can we get pizza tonight? I feel like we need pizza."
Dude, this is a weird observation. Their kitchen is really nice.
Yeah, it looks like a HGTV, like, model kitchen.
It's so weird to be
Dude,
so,
no, go ahead, sorry.
no, to be so rebellious while having such a nice kitchen.
Dude,
I
but
don't
it is,
know.
dude, kids want a struggle story, man.
True.
That's
Very
what it is.
true.
I was going to say you got into cooking during the quarantine. It'd be hilarious if you get into home remodeling. If you just become like an interior designer.
Oh man, that's gonna
You're like-
be harder.
You're like, this room's nice, but it doesn't have enough dirty clothes on the ground.
she just said, and tell me what you think's going on between this mother and daughter. But first, tell Taylor what you think about what she just said.
I don't believe that's a normal 14-year-old teenage behavior. I mean, sneaking out of the house, yes.
No, about what? Sorry, I'd fuck this guy because
I mean, I agree with him. Doing acid and coke at 14 is not
no, he's
normal.
right. But here's the thing: is that she like just admitted to that, and he just said like tell her what you think about what she just said, not about her behavior.
No, I know.
Does that
but,
make sense?
But yeah, but she said that she's just doing normal 14-year-old
Oh,
behavior.
okay, I don't
she did say
remember
that.
that.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Sorry.
she said that.
But the rest of it, I don't at all. You know, doing acid, doing coke, smoking weed.
He's all 16, 17. Yes, but 14? That's disgusting.
He's like, I mean, granted, I should have locked my bedroom door.
Yeah.
But still.
14, 15 is prime Molly years. Everyone knows this. I mean, who is this kid? It's like I didn't even raise her.
Sneaking out of the house for 2 weeks in a row, forcing me to put locks on your window and to install a security camera to where
Like her actually forcing him. She got a knife to his neck. Put the fucking locks on my window. He's like, okay, I'm sorry.
if you go down the stairs, the whole house goes up with an alarm. That's not normal.
All right. I can report Desi just has 3 different rings on the 3 middle fingers of his left hand.
Really?
I just saw them in that. Yeah, watch when he's waving
Just
his
need
hand
the
back
right
and
lighting.
forth. Look, you can see it right here. But
House
watch when
goes
he's
up
waving
with
his
an
hand back
alarm.
and forth.
That's not normal to me. I love that little girl so much. I love her so
Look at, boom. Those are 3 fucking rings on
That's-
his middle fingers.
What a
much.
douche.
What? Yeah, what an
You
asshole.
You are not Armenian enough to do that.
He's like, all that money I spent on cameras for the house, I could have bought Ed Hardy shirts with.
I just see her
And
Pretty
Dracar Noir cologne.
spiraling down a road that's going to be hard to come back.
What's your
He's right there. Is people who do acid and coke at 14 typically don't, recover well from it.
Yeah.
From my understanding.
No,
you know?
true. At
Response, Taylor.
Yeah, in
there's-
like college, you could probably.
Yeah, and
do
it's
that and
clearly
recover.
like covering up some trauma too.
Very
you know?
true.
I just think, like, in all honesty, that just, like, I don't know. Sometimes I think you say things and, like, that I don't think you have the right to say. You've been around for, like, a year. I've lived with my mother for 14.
Taylor, do you resent Desi being there?
Sometimes, yeah. I just feel like you're not my dad. And, I mean, that's understandable. But it's just like, it hits really hard sometimes.
Gina, what do you think about what she's saying?
Well, she doesn't listen to me, and when he intervenes, it's for the best, because sometimes
Yeah, she loses all credibility when she's like, "You're not my dad, Desi," when she doesn't even listen to her mom.
Yeah.
Like, I understand your argument. Like, he probably shouldn't be telling you what to do. But if you're not listening to the person who can tell you what to do, then what the fuck's your argument?
No, you're
Yeah,
right.
like,
sometimes he makes me be a little tougher on her than I am because I'm afraid.
she's like, Desi, or she's like, Taylor, you're grounded. He's all, punch her. Hit her in the fucking chops.
I mean to like, totally, like I'm just trying to like empathize, because like, as fucked up as like she is right now.
Yeah,
Is-
because you do have the brain of a 14-year-old girl.
that as well. But I feel like no 14-year-old really knows how to express themselves and how they're feeling.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I self-isolated when I was that age.
Yeah,
You
me
know what I
too.
mean? Like, I didn't really hang out with my family much. That was kind of my thing. But
True that.
But then she gets resentful of him because she sees this. She sees the dynamic. She sees that he's telling me, like, why are you only giving her 2 weeks restriction? Why aren't, or 2 days restriction? Why aren't you putting her on for 2 weeks? So I think she becomes more resentful of him because he's trying to help me be a little stricter with her because I'm afraid.
I just like to do things that benefit me. Like, I'm not gonna-
cocaine.
she's like expanding your mind, man. Have you ever listened to The Dark Side of the Moon, man?
lie.
How about we do this? What do you say that we
Everyone name your favorite Dr. Phil episodes. I could really use a I don't know if you've been watching the news, but I really got my name dragged through the mud the past week.
just
do you guys know any dirt on Dr. Drew, by the way? Because
Lie.
how about we do this?
Say your least favorite stereotype about your race. Okay, we smell like wet dogs. Now everyone else go.
What do you say that we just decide that you get your way and you can just do anything you want to do?
Mushrooms. Next question.
Locks come off the windows, burglar alarm comes off the house.
Burglar alarm comes out of the house. She's all, oh, I tell all my friends where we live so they can rob the house.
You can come and go
Like,
as you.
sulfur pit outside your room gets taken out.
He's all, every restriction gets lifted. I'm talking full purge. Who in the house do you have killed first?
If you had to fuck your cousin or your
He's
brother,
all, how about we do this? Fuck, marry, kill. Me, Desi, or your real dad. Go ahead.
I'm curious. You take acid.
I
you
mean,
talk.
hey, only one of them left your life, so I'll just leave that out there.
You want.
One's already dead. I will say that. One's literally already
He's at least dead to you.
You can do what you want. You can buy whatever drugs you can afford. You go to school, don't go to school. Just, you want to be the boss.
Yeah, we get it. He's just way over explaining it. Wake up whatever time you want. Watch whatever Netflix series you prefer, whatever.
Have your hair however you want to dye.
He's all, dark alcohol, light alcohol, doesn't matter to me. It's like, yeah, we got it,
Drive a
dude.
car without a license or a proper permit.
Operate a motor vehicle under the influence of substances.
Boss, you want to run the show, just have at it, girl. Do whatever the hell you want to do.
That's just my point. Do that. Do that.
How do you like that plan?
I mean, sounds good to me. But like, I also still have that like part in the back of my brain that's like, you're gonna ruin your life.
No, but I mean, really though, stop running. Ain't nobody chasing you. I mean, so you say you're going to run away. You don't have to run away. If you want to leave, leave. If you want to go do drugs, do drugs. Whatever. But you have to understand, when you want to act like an adult, there are adult consequences, because your mother's been chasing you, trying to contain you, and you don't want that. So I assume what you want is to make your own decisions. Make your own money, buy your own clothes, pick your own friends, make your own rules, deal with the police on your own, deal with the school and the truancy laws and regulations. You would rather deal with that on your own instead of having your mother and Desi run interference for you.
Yeah. I feel I want to be like treated more like an adult than I am.
Oh, wait, hold on. That was the Chiron
Laws
had
and
the
regulation.
what the therapy thing was.
Treated.
Oh yeah, she faked COVID-19 symptoms to be released from an inpatient facility. Amazing. Dude,
Oh,
that's great.
inpatient
Yeah, so
facility.
she was like doing inpatient shit. That's crazy. Also, just started thinking about it during that whole fucking spiel. How shitty must the cocaine be that a 14-year-old can get their hands on?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be 90% baby powder.
100%.
I mean, she's just snorting
Honestly,
Johnson & Johnson, dude.
Who even knows if like she's tongue the truth with that? Like,
Yeah, dude, that's so funny. It's just something she told someone to be cool, and then it got
Yeah.
back to her parents. And she can't, like, she's like, I do fucking acid.
Yeah. I shoot guns.
Yeah.
Like,
I will kill myself. All right, let's watch. This is the clip that really made me want to watch this episode. Dr. Phil enlists the help of a fucking, like, a televangelist preacher.
no fucking
I guess
way.
so, dude. I don't know. I didn't watch this clip. I don't see an angry child. I see a hurt young lady. Bishop T.D. Jakes says
Oh
about
my
14-year-old.
God, I remember him. Dude,
I've
my
invited-
friend Mondi, he, like pretty much every time I would come over, his mom would be just like standing in front of the TV watching TD Jakes like, yep.
Really?
Yep, yeah. Swear to God.
That's so funny. Well, we're gonna do the same thing right now.
A really good friend of mine to share some of his strength and expertise. I'm talking about none other than Bishop T.D. Jakes, who's joining us from Dallas, Texas.
All right, T.D.
Start
Jakes.
clapping your hands. Start clapping.
T.D. Jakes has his eyes closed. That's all I can say about this man.
Now, he is a New York Times bestselling
You know what he looks.
author.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Chef's dad from South Park. I need about tree fitting.
New York Times bestselling author T.D. Jakes, his book Crushing, which is actually a book describing my last comedy set. God turns pressure into power. And then on the cover is a picture of him and grapes. Why is there grapes on the cover?
I think.
Is it like
I think
turning
those
water
are-
into wine, or?
Yeah, I think so. Because pressure into power and anything like grapes, like if you like put pressure on them, they turn into wine. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's exactly how winemaking works, though.
No.
I mean, it's a poor metaphor on T.D. Jakes. Because I agree, I think that's what it's signifying, but it's shit.
Of crushing. God turns pressure into power. Now, Bishop T.D. Jakes has been
By the way, this is such 1950s fucking psychology.
It really.
Oh, you're
is.
misbehaving, you need God.
Yeah.
It's
100.
shit.
a guest several times, and I know he can add helpful value and insight to this discussion. And he serves as senior pastor of the Potter House. It is a global humanitarian organization
She's all, someone say pot?
and 30,000 member church located.
Dude, too many people.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
got
my
a
God.
30,000 person church.
Are they still going
You know,
on?
just like Jesus. Remember how Jesus had all that money to buy churches with?
in
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. Bishop, how are you, my friend?
Horny.
Doing great, Dr. Phil.
Horny. Who is this white bitch? Anyway.
Dude, does he? I don't know. Chef's dad. He looks more like the Ollie from Family Guy, older.
Ollie. Oh, yeah.
The weatherman.
Thank you for
Hey, and Dr. Phil's like, how should I fix this little girl? God!
God.
Jesus
All
Christ!
asking. Glad to be with you.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to do it. These are strange times we're in, and you've been listening to everything we've talked about so far. I've been saying to this family that all their decisions, all their behaviors take on added gravity during this difficult time of this pandemic. What have you been thinking about as you've been hearing this conversation go on?
Well, you know, I think that what's going on in this family is atypical to what's going on in a lot of families.
This dude needs to pray for some better audio.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, a beautiful camera, but just the worst microphone ever.
Yeah.
There are problems.
It sounds
you
like I
could-
spilled my energy drink on his microphone.
I think we mentioned that.
Oh yeah, no, I spilled my energy drink all over my fucking laptop before we started recording today. So
Families have beneath the surface, but our schedule kind of preempts a lot of it from coming to the surface. But when COVID-19 comes along and forces us all
which is, by the way, God's way of getting rid of gay people.
Dude, it's like his voice is so low that it broke the sound
Yeah.
barrier. That's what-
He sounds like Louis Armstrong. Is that the guy?
oh, yeah. I see
Yeah.
nice
So-
things. I don't know where-
I see trees
I see
of green,
Yeah.
red roses too. By the way, great impression. I didn't know I could do that
That was
impression.
pretty good.
Thank you.
You know who does a cover of that song?
Who?
Joey Ramone.
Really?
Yeah.
I think, is that Louis Armstrong who does that?
I
Does
think
anyone
so.
know?
That sounds accurate.
Yeah, I think so. He should do God Bless the USA. Another reason you got to listen to the
Another
Patreon
Patreon.
episode.
Now there's two
That's
references.
two
Oh,
y'all get.
Patreon references I've made right now.
the closed quarters where we can't get away, things that were dormant begin to upsurge and come to a head, as my grandmother would say, sometimes to a breaking point. The interesting thing that's going on in this house is interesting. Both Taylor, Gina, and Desi really want the same things.
And they both, all three of them, have women's names.
Though she vacillates a little bit from it, Taylor keeps talking about, well, I don't know that I want to have my way, but I'm afraid that if I have my way, I might wreck my life. That little after clause, I might wreck my life, is probably the more mature part.
No. It's pronounced mature.
Mature.
We're not going to pretend that that's how the word mature is pronounced. I will sit here and listen to this man talk about God. I will do anything that, but I'm not going to pretend that the word mature is pronounced mature.
Yeah, not
What is he, a fucking French artist? Mature.
And so when you start listening at what she's saying, that really doesn't want to wreck her life. She may want more freedom, but she doesn't really want to wreck her life. And on that part, both Gina and Desi also agree. How we get to this point is very, very interesting because there's a certain amount of resentment that I think is existing in Taylor. I don't know, and I'd like to ask Taylor, when she started talking to Desi about not being her father, her face changed. It took on a different tenor, a certain amount of pain. Not to say that Desi's not a great stepfather. There may be some issues that pre-existed before he ever even stepped on the scene. Taylor, how much of this is about your dad?
A lot of it is about my dad, like, truthfully.
All right, I'm going to take back everything bad I said about TD Jakes. He did all of Dr. Phil's work in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, I do gotta say I'm pleasantly surprised. Like,
Yeah, he did exactly what Dr. Phil should have done first clip.
yeah, it's just so upfront.
It's so upfront. Dr. Phil's like, hey, TD, by the way, we're trying to make a fucking TV show happen here, okay? Why don't you make fun of her a little bit? Why don't you give her a weird hypothetical where she lives a purge-like life where there's no rules?
Like, what happened between, like, my father and I. And
Dr. Phil's
my-
like, hold on, I would just like to say I was told car accidents are contagious. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, and Taylor, how much of the media hatred is coming from me having a southern accent?
Okay, I'm just saying, if I weren't white and said that, would I get bombarded?
No one cares. You know what I mean?
My father and the family was, like, really, really, really hard. And I never got, like, over it or really came to terms with it.
That's what I thought. See, I don't see an angry child. I see a hurt young lady who is very, very hurt and has chosen a way to act out her pain by hurting other people rather than.
I was just chiming in. Kevin on Twitch says this guy sounds like Dr. Phil on a record that's being played too slow.
Satan.
He's a 45 being played on 33.
Oh, that's fucking great.
That's
to
amazing.
deal with the hurt that she has inside. Because all of us go through crushings in our lives, and they either make you bitter or they make you better. Right now, it's making you
He said, I can't stop hearing it now.
Yeah.
It's just demented Dr. Phil. I don't need an exorcist.
bitter. It could make you better if you let it. I want you as a young lady to make a decision that you're going to.
His voice sounds like when you watch Gangland and they blur it out because the person's like in witness protection.
Face your pain, deal with it as pain, and not become the very thing that you hated. Can you do that?
I can try as hard as I can.
Yeah. So Gina,
He just also sounds like he's in his 30,000 person church with the back room or with the microphone in the back of the room, just echoing through the entire.
Yeah, no, dude, his mic is terrible. Like, I can't believe
so
Dr.
bad.
Phil is like, I mean, obviously, but like the camera quality for a Zoom conference is like really good. Like,
Yeah.
he's got a good camera.
You could see like the inside of his pocket square. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, no,
crazy.
he's all, Jesus Christ didn't believe in good acoustics.
start talking about this, and Desi, we start talking about this sort of thing. Are you prepared to have the real conversations that go?
He sounds like in Old School when Will Ferrell shoots himself in the neck with a tranquilizer gun. Wait, pull what out? Have you ever seen that movie?
I think I have.
Yeah, when he fuck.
Is that when they all like try to
they join the
isn't-
frat?
Oh no, never
No,
mind.
never.
Go deeper than her behavior down to what's really hurting your daughter.
100%.
Can I show that clip real quick? You got to see the clip because you're gonna know exactly.
Yeah, please.
Will Ferrell Dark gun. Old school.
What kind of gun is this? That's a tranquilizer gun. If any of these little fuckers decide to freak out on the kids, I get to take them down. Ain't that right, Mother? Oh, what? That's what I thought. Shut up. Hey, be careful with that. That's the most powerful tranq gun on the market. Huh, got her in Mexico. Cool. Yeah, it is cool. They say it can puncture the skin of a rhino from 100... Ow! Oh! Yes! That's awesome! What? You just took one in the jugular, man! Whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did! Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out. That shit is not cool.
Wait. Pull one out. Dart, man. You got a fucking dart in your neck. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you. But you're crazy.
That's what it sounds like. His mic is all bad and his voice is all deep like that. You're crazy.
I've invited
all right, let's watch the last clip. We're doing all right on time. Allow yourself to believe what's in front of you is better than what's behind you, Bishop T.D. Jakes
I've
says.
said that
This is a 5-minute clip. We probably won't watch this entire thing.
relationships are negotiated. They're always negotiated. They're negotiated when you're 3, 4, 5, 40, and 50. They just are always negotiated.
After that, you give up.
He's all, what I'm saying is Robin and I are having some trouble.
T.D. Jakes.
I told her I make all the fucking money. I should be able to make all the rules.
Yeah. I told her your skincare loses us money every year.
We have 17 pending lawsuits because of this cancer cream that you're selling.
You got to stop telling people this cream cures Parkinson's.
We've been talking about the fact that Taylor is really operating from pain, not anger. And she's doing some of the very things that are threatening to destroy her life. And she says in the same voice, I really don't want to destroy my life. I recognize that. Now, Bishop, you said that you get into these situations, you're going to come out better or you're going to come out bitter. And in order for her to come out better, Taylor's going to have to mature to the point that instead of throwing a tantrum, she's going to have an adult conversation and negotiate with her mother about what it is that she's hurting about inside and choose some other behaviors to get what she wants. But that's possible to do, correct?
Oh, it's absolutely possible to do if her mother becomes strong enough not to succumb to debate all the time and to stand her ground. And what's very, very important, like grapes turning into wine.
Oh, what a fucking douche. Wow. Dude, he's all, what is very important is T.D. Jake's new book.
Yes.
You can turn into something better than what you're grieving over. I really think to some degree, Taylor is grieving.
Dude, he had to look for her name too. How is it that hard to remember these people's names?
Over the life she had, the relationship she wished she had, the person she really wanted to have in her life. One, it's possible to love your father.
That being said, Coca-Cola Zero has all the same great taste. It's just shilling.
Yeah, he's all. Yeah. By the way, did I mention that I was a New York Times bestseller? Listen to him right here. Watch him just accidentally fall into pastor mode.
It's possible to love your father, your biological
he's all, love thy father. I mean, your father.
father, not love what he did.
And listen to your mother and father's commandment rules.
Have room in your heart to embrace somebody new in your life. He doesn't replace your love. You don't have to fight over that. And you have to allow yourself to believe that what's in front of you is better than what's behind you. And that's something we all have to do. All of us have a history, but you don't want your history to destroy your destiny.
I think it's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good note to end on. I think that TD Jakes actually added something really nice to that episode.
Yeah. No, I do too. He's yeah.
You know,
He's
I meant diversity.
No. That's good.
Yeah, that's not good.
All right, so let's talk today about affirmative action. You guys remember last episode,
Yeah.
right?
Let's talk about HR telling me I don't have enough people of color on the show. Okay,
I said, what's a color? What's wrong with that?
I just iTunes TD Jakes, and he has music out. So let's listen to this. I wonder if it's just a little sermon or if it's something we can exit the podcast with. Yeah, it's just a little sermon. Never mind. Yeah, so that's the end of the episode. Parker, where can people find you?
You can find me at Parker the Newman on Instagram and Twitter. Guys, and please follow the podcast on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, we're trying to get to 10,000 follows.
Yeah, that'd
on
be great.
either one of those platforms would be really big for us. We're already, moving in that direction. But if you help us out or whatever, we'll send you merch. We'll send you some stuff.
Yeah. At Fill My Heart Pod.
If we don't hit 10,000 by let's say August, I'm just gonna buy the followers. I'm just gonna really rig it in our favor.
That's good, man.
No, I'm joking.
Old DNC Drew.
Yeah, follow the podcast social media. Fill My Heart Pod on all socials. You can add me on Instagram at Drew Apsher is dumb. On Twitter at Drew Apsher. You can Venmo us. We've been forgetting to Venmo.
At
Go
Parker Newman 59.
Yep.
That's Drew's? No.
Mine's at Andrew Apsher. And support Stab Comedy Theater. Staying open throughout all this,
Yes.
putting on a shit ton of stuff. Jesse, do you want to jump on the mic and talk about the marathon next week or no? Okay. We'll have some.
Yeah.
We'll have some info. We'll blast it out on our social medias about Stabs. We're going to do a program marathon to raise some money. So we want people to donate to that as well. So make sure to love yourself and don't let your God damn it. What did he say? Don't let your something
Grapes.
No, not that. Don't allow yourself to believe. This is just hold on. This is just off the top of my head. Allow yourself to believe that what is in front of you, Parker, help me out here,
is better than what's behind you.
Beautiful.
Bishop.
We work well together. We'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.
All right. The Prophet, Jamie T.
I'm glad you came and turned up next to me, like a grenade with a pin out at the party. You're like a fucking hurricane next to me. There's fire on the friends, whittle them down.
Song's so good.
All right.